Mathieu, CORNIETI, CEO of Impact Partners. It's great to be sitting down talking to you here at IPEM. Everyone gets together. Tell me a little bit about what's going on at Impact Partners. Tell me what sort of conversations you're having. What's on your mind here at IPEM?
Oh, thank you, Sam, for welcoming us. Um, Today, Impact Partners is a European platform fully dedicated to impact investing. So, impact investing is a hot topic today in Paris, and the fact that we've been doing so for 15 years. We started in 2007, actually. It's really interesting to meet in Paris many investors from all over Europe and even from the US, and explain to them how we made something unique, a European management company with colleagues in Copenhagen, in Frankfurt, Barcelona, Paris, and obviously social. I mean, willing to tackle inequalities and finding and funding great entrepreneurs for just transition.
So it sounds to me like, I mean, you make a good point. Lots of people talk about impact and sustainability. Tell me, how do you see it, and how are you kind of sort of walking the walk in the way that others maybe are only talking it?
Well, actually, it's been 10 years. We founded at France Invest the Impact Commission. And the idea when you speak about impact is there are three pillars. The first one is the mission of your fund. The second one is your additionality, your contribution. And then third pillar is the measurement and aligning the interest. So when you speak about ESG, which is today a standard in our industry, the decision of investing is a financial decision. For sure, you exclude a few sectors, you share and implement the best practices, but your investment decision is to get a financial performance. When you do impact, the mission of your fund is to generate financial performance and an impact. That's the main difference.
I think this is a really, really important point, and I think it's often misunderstood, actually. It's a very, very good point. But my follow-up question to that, I guess, then is, are you finding with a macro backdrop like we've got today, where we're really discovering alpha versus beta for a lot of funds, a lot of performance, has there been any retrenchment away from the desire to invest behind impact, or is all of that enthusiasm still there?
Honestly, I'm just speaking for Impact Partners. We are always really welcome from investors. I know it's kind of unusual today in the current market, but people are really interested because we can speak about 15 years of impact investing. We have a real track record. So, in opposite to a few pioneers which have not generated financial returns, we did. So we have proven that we can generate a financial performance and an impact. And something also really interesting is the fact that today, social is no more un gros mot. Social is fine, even in the financial sector. We've been, I think 20 years ago, the private equity was acknowledging that the great governance will generate great IRR. Maybe 10 years ago, the world industry acknowledged that a great green responsibility, a green strategy would generate also great financial performance. And I think today it's time for social. It's not just a risk, it's also creating real value in companies, and it's creating a real value for our society today.
Yeah, I agree. And do you think how you go about hiring your team, for example, has to be slightly different with a mission that's about impact? Is hiring a different process for you? Do you need, are you just picking from a bunch of investment bankers, or are you picking from all sorts of bankers?
You don't need to to go so. Yes, for sure. Our colleagues are obviously different. Their motivation are different. To join Impact Partners, you may have different, specific values. It's unusual. Again, we're looking for colleagues who will be interested by social, who do not think that their wage or bonuses or carried interest is the benchmark of their own success. So I think we are kind of different with a mission-driven management company, clearly social. And another key differentiator is that we are European. So again, I mean, you can speak French. You you say to me that you had maybe roots from Normandy, but I mean, if you feel like you're European, um, if you have, I mean, your mother from Germany and your father from France, at a moment of your life, you want to do something for Europe, and most of our colleagues today, they do have a double culture. They do have uh, s- oftenly two citizenship in Europe, and they do feel that they are European, and I think that is what we're building today.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point you're actually making there, Mathieu. I won't take up too much of your time. So, do you think in terms of impact within the industry, is it Europe that is probably leading in this area, or are there other parts of the world that are catching up, or there's always a debate, the sort of geographic debate. What's your perspective?
I don't know what you mean by leading. If we speak about amounts of money, it's no use to compare.
Right.
Okay. Um,
Innovation, focus on measurement and metrics, all of those kind of components and ingredients.
today it's a worldwide process. I mean, it's obviously the private equity is expanding, and impact in the private equity is booming everywhere in the world, but with differences. I mean, just even in Europe, in France, we have always been really focused on social issues. But when you cross the Rhine and you go to Germany, well, green issues were a priority for most of the sector. Globally, I will say, if we look at the European level, um, France and the UK are the largest impact private equity market. And if we speak about France, it's easy because we do have a private equity community, which is large.
Yeah, well, a lot of them here. Yeah.
IBM today. Um, we do have a lot of social issues in France. Not proud of that, but that's a reality. We have also great entrepreneurs, and we have a poor government, no money left. So you need the leverage of entrepreneurship to solve and face all those issues. So that's different from, again, Germany, where you can welcome 1 million refugees and then the state is paying for everything. So I think that's the reason why the French market is so large today.
Different dynamics. Mathieu, thanks so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam.